Many clients come to us when a loved one of theirs needs long-term care. Quite often, though, they're asking questions as to what really is long-term care and how do I get help providing this care for my loved one. It's best to start with a definition of what is long-term care. Here in New York and primarily throughout the country, there's two different systems of care as we age. There's a medical system, and then there's a long-term care system. The medical system is when we need assistance with our medical conditions. We go to doctors and hospitals, the emergency room if needed, rehabilitation centers. Those are medical needs, and they're primarily covered by our health insurance, such as Medicare A and Medicare B, our supplemental coverage, etc. On the other side of that coin is the idea of long-term care. Long-term care is not medical care, so our Medicare health insurance is not helping us with our long-term care needs and our long-term care expenses. So what is long-term care? It's best defined by what's called the activities of daily living, the ADLs. And the activities of daily living are what we really do every single morning, and there's 7 of them. We get out of bed, that's called transferring. We then walk to the bathroom. We toilet, we bathe, we groom, we dress, and we eat. And when we need assistance with those ADLs, we're now in the world of long-term care. Long-term care, however, doesn't necessarily just mean that physical functioning ability. It could also mean our cognitive decline, and that's defined by what's called the IADLs, the instrumental activities of daily living. And while they're not the physical functional abilities of walking and dressing, for example, they are just as important, and they allow us to get through our day and live our lives. So the IADLs, for example, are going to be transportation. Can I drive? Can I take the bus? It's going to be paying our bills. It's going to be food shopping and preparing our medications, housekeeping and preparing food. So between those activities of daily living and the instrumental activities of daily living, that's where we have our long-term care needs. So if we have a long-term care need, there's different places where we can receive this type of care. Most ideally, people wish to stay within their home. And that ideally is the place to be. It's what we're familiar with, and it's going to be the most comfortable, secure place for most of our family members and our clients. However, there's also other environments, such as an assisted living or an independent living or a continuing care retirement community, and we explore those options with our clients. Ultimately, there is also what's called a nursing home, and we're very familiar with those. Ideally, clients prefer to stay in their home, but there can come a time when a nursing home is necessary and safer, not only for the client, but for the family as well. So if there is a long-term care need, how do we pay for it? Well, it really depends on where we're going to be residing and receiving that type of care. If we are in our home, there's going to be a need for an aide to come in and assist with our activities of daily living. If we're receiving long-term care, perhaps in a facility such as an assisted living or independent living, then there are going to be aides on site, or sometimes we're able to bring in aides from the outside. And of course, if we're receiving long-term care in a nursing home, that's going to be that skilled nursing facility with all of the needed chronic care and medical care right there on site. All of this care is very, very expensive. And as families start to endure these types of issues, they realize that very, very quickly.